Well, look who it is. Welcome to another episode, another season. Welcome to season 6 of Purse First, still the only podcast exclusively about the girls and gays who rap. I am your rap girl auntie, Sesali, also known as Bad Fat Black Girl.
And I am Uncle Pierre, also known as Back Daddy. Not Mac Daddy, but Back Daddy, because Daddy is back.
Period. I literally Pierre, how does it feel? How does it feel to be back for season 6? I've missed you so much.
I miss you so much. We are six seasons old. Is it 6 years old? How many seasons we do a year?
It's
I don't
know. 5 years, 6 seasons, because some years we double up on the seasons.
So we are 5-something years old.
Yes. I'm so proud of us. How have you been doing? What have you been doing this summer? How was your Cowboy Carter summer? How was your Cowboy Carter summer?
I actually seen the first, what is it called? Opening night of Cowboy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
So my Cowboy Carter summer is going great. And listeners, patrons, I am not a summer girly.
Pierre, you was born in the summer.
But I'm not I actually was born, I'm a spring baby. May 22nd is kind of springish.
Yeah, that's true.
It started getting hot, but I'm kind of spring. I'm a spring baby. So I've never been a summer girly, but this year I made a list of all the things to do this summer, and taking a picture with Shamar is one of them. I still have not did it. Clock that T. I also want to do one of those. There's this guy on Instagram named Big Sexy. He just jumps up and down in your background while you do the slow motion walk. I want to do that.
Everybody know who Big Sexy is.
Listen,
when Sexy and Santana get together,
I can watch
they are my favorite
all day.
Oh my God, they are my favorite.
Big Sexy just makes me feel so good about life, like the way he laughed. And I did not know that was him in drag saying, where's the hood niggas at? I was like,
niggas at? That gags me. I had no clue. I had no clue that was Sexy.
I thought that was one of the dolls.
Same.
I thought that was one of the dolls. I'm like, that's one of the ghetto dolls that I grew up with. I know.
Yes. He said, where the hood niggas at? And I was like, same, sister. I had no clue. Yeah, I love Sexy as well. I really that would be amazing if we got, if you and or I got one of those videos. Yeah, I'm very excited to be back. I'm going to keep the top of the show. We're going to keep it moving right along because y'all know me and Pierre get to talking. And
we haven't seen each other in so long.
Episode.
Yeah.
And this is already a catch-up episode. We have a lot to talk about. I mean, we've been offline for almost 7-8 months. So we have a lot to catch up on. But I do just want to let y'all know what to expect for this season. Give y'all the regular shout-outs, call-outs. First of all, we got to shout out the Ford Foundation. Yes. They are the reason that we are back for another season. I also obviously want to shout out our long-standing Patreon supporters because let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all know. It's Patreons that still giving a little $5 a month even when we, you know what I'm saying? Just because they support the grind, support the hustle. We love y'all. We so happy to be back. We so happy to see y'all. We are on YouTube. So if you're listening to this on a streaming platform, you can go on YouTube and watch this episode. There will be certain parts that will be blooped out and you'll be like, wait, what happened? That's because you'll get the full unedited situation on Patreon. That's how we do this. You get ass, last, all of that. And I also do just want to acknowledge, we did take a really long break and something we do traditionally take really long breaks with this show. We'll be on recording for 6 months and then we'll take off for 6 months. And we actually did an even longer break this time. That is not going to be the case moving forward. We're here for season 6 and season 7. We already know when we come back for season 7 and it's not going to be as long of a break. So I just want to thank y'all for riding with us through that. And then also, of course, a reminder, please give us a 5-star rating wherever you are listening to this. Write those reviews, put your friends onto the show, tell them to write us the reviews. And you know what? I'm also going to challenge y'all to do one more thing. Drop in the comments on Instagram or wherever, what other podcasts would y'all like to see me and or Pierre on? What other shows would y'all like to see us be a guest on, or who do y'all think we should have on as guests on the show?
Yeah.
That's just a little bit of feedback that I'm trying to get. But
we read the comments, and our listeners and our viewers are definitely our third co-host. Like, so like we depend on y'all to keep the content of this show going.
Pierre is such a showman. Not you guys are the third co-host.
You guys are our third. I didn't want to say that because I hate when people say
he
that.
He spit that off the dome.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Y'all are our third co-host. So. And even though we've been gone for a while, you would think a lot more has happened with the girlies of rap, but not really. Sesali and I also actually had a conversation like a couple of weeks ago. Like, are we gonna have something to talk about on Purse first? Because
listen, yeah.
So let's start with some big music moments. Sesali, did any of the girls drop music this year?
Okay, don't be sarcastic. Don't be sarcastic. First and foremost, KentheMan drops music. A former guest on the show, one of our season 1 guests.
Yes,
okay?
my baby, KentheMan.
One of my absolute faves. So Ken drops another project, Kind of Famous, and also is on tour for Kind of Famous. Of course, I went. Of course, I was in there. Y'all can go on my Instagram and see what I wore. I was a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was cute. Okay, and you know what gags me about the show? So I don't know if you know Frankie Blue, the TikTok influencer.
Yeah.
So apparently, like, him and King is cool. And so like he's been like opening for a lot of. He's been like on tour with her, like just opening up, coming on the stage, like talking shit, hosting type shit. It was so cute. Child, I'm in there mad at my business.
You talking about the white boy that talk like a black girl?
No, not the white boy. He black.
Oh, okay.
The one who did. The one who yeah. You know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. Him. Anyway, Pierre don't be on TikTok, so Pierre. That's
no, because there is.
But if I show you who it is, that's Landon Romano.
Okay, I love that Sesali knows exactly.
You're gonna piss me off. First,
I love how you know exactly who I'll be talking about. But come on.
Anyway, Ken dropped the project. And not only is she on tour for the project, but the single, first of all, Questions, the single with Callie was going viral. People was doing the little viral little dance. Callie, and then also First, it was going viral. The one where she say, I hate I even gave you niggas pussy. Ooh, I'm gagging. My shit. So our girl Ken is having a moment. First of all, some of the girls have been having their moments.
Can I tell you what I'm excited about?
Oh my God. What? Barty Gang. Barty Gang, tell me what you're excited about.
I am so excited about Cardi B's album coming out this year.
Yeah, that's kind of like the biggest thing on the docket for us to discuss. How are we feeling about the rollout so far?
Am I the drama?
Am I the drama? God.
Am I the drama? When I tell you, Cardi might be pinning my life right now. Because sometimes you have to look in the mirror and just ask yourself, am I the drama?
And especially after, I feel like so much of our commentary about Cardi has been like, please put that phone down. We don't want to know no more about what you are.
Take us out the group chat. Take us out the group chat. Please. How do we get out of the group chat? She released the first single, Outside. Right? Now, this is how crazy I am as a barb. And I hate when I come on here and tell y'all the truth. I'm in a club telling people, like, rolling my eyes, like, turn the song. Y'all, I listen to Outside every single day. In the gym, in the car. Outside is one of my favorite songs from Cardi. But she also just released another song this past week.
Yes. Yes.
And when I tell you, it's a Jay-Z sample.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard Cardi spit like this before.
Rapping, girl. I think after her and Meg got into it, she said, okay, I can't work with Cardi on these lyrics. So I don't know who helped her with this one, child, but it was rapping, okay?
Belcalis had some shit to say, and she said it. That bitch said, my flops and your flops are too tough. You'll be happy with my numbers, girl. If I had your numbers, I'd be jumping off plane.
Because, okay, no. Let's clock that, though, for real. Because before we left last season, we know that Cardi was into some new beefs. It was new beef. You know, we found out that she was beefing with City Girls. Bia, she also was beefing with City Girls. Like a lot of the diss records on City Cinderella was directed at Cardi, and I think that is an appropriate response from Cardi. I mean, like, you was calling me a flop, baby. My flop and your flop is not the same. Cause it's not. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's Cardi B we talking about. We talking about Cardi B pussy popping on the charts. Cardi B stands for budget. Like, come on, guys. Let's be for real.
Glory, something about a glory hole, bitch. You don't know who you fucking with.
Should we rate the bars on that?
Patreon.
Patreon. Patreon, we rating the bars.
We got something for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all hearing it now. Get on Patron right now, because we going through each one of those bars, goddamn it.
There was also a little bit of scandal. So Cardi released box sets. And I feel bad because I feel like I perpetuated some of the mess. So Cardi dropped box sets for the album, you know, like a lot of people do. And she got on live after the box sets dropped and was talking about how, you know, the box sets sold out quickly, but what she noticed was that the X's in particular, my size, okay, sold out the quickest. My size, the 3X's sold out the fastest of Cardi's box sets. And Cardi was on live and she was like, clearly my fans is fat as fuck. No more Chick-fil-A for y'all. Like, and she wasn't being like serious. Fat, like it was obvious. And she, you know, she was like, I gotta stop making fat jokes and da-da. She wasn't being serious. But at the same time, like, when is anybody ever being serious when they being fat phobic in that way? And I made a video just about how, like, that as a plus size person, as a fat person, that really is like, fat phobia is almost always like this unexpected, like, oh shit, wait a minute, hold on, like just didn't even see it coming. Because, like, again, this is the same person who had the viral video about how fat bitches got the best pussy, and it was doing the songs with Lizzo. And so I don't, like, my response to it was just as kind of like unserious as hers.
Like bitch, we both gonna be unserious.
But child, you know, Barty Gang was like, you bitches love to cry about some shit. Like, and I'm like, guys, I'm actually still trying to get my shirt. Like, relax, please. But I do think that it was an interesting moment, and I do think it represents kind of how the culture is shifting. Like, obviously the world is in a very like interesting place right now, and we are moving towards a more like conservative mindset. And I think that we think that only like people who are traditionally conservative, white folks, whoever, are doing that. But like, no, it's like everybody. Like, we're just the parameters around like what is appropriate and what is not, they're loosening. And so like, I think Cardi was literally just like people just aren't thinking about stuff like that anymore. But I for me personally, it wasn't that deep. But I also don't think that people who are calling it out for being that deep are wrong for doing so. Because she said what she said, and now we said what we said.
What we said, you're right.
Period. But in turn, now Pierre's being really nice on this episode. But Pierre was telling me that Pierre thought the album was going to be pushed back. And so like.
Well. It almost was the other day, Sesali.
Was it just Cardi having a panic attack saying she was going to push it back, or what? That because Cardi do that.
Right. She was having a panic attack because, you know, that white girl is purse first. That white girl said her album is coming out and she didn't give a date.
What white girl?
The white girl. Yes.
What? Cardi, girl, why you think you in a conversation with Taylor Swift? Like, girl,
because if Taylor Swift album would have came out the same day as Cardi album, it wouldn't be no conversation.
And it's also like no chance of it being number one.
That's what she wants. So I think she was kind of in her, but then Taylor came out and gave the date, and it's coming out 2 weeks after her album. So I think she started feeling better. So she has 2 weeks of number one-ness because it will go number. I'm gonna make sure it go number one. Shit.
Yeah. First of all, and also what we know about the album is that WAP is already on there. So just in terms of like streams and numbers that it's gonna do, it's already.
I think WAP and Up and all.
Yeah,
all
WAP,
shit.
Up, Outside, the other single. I think Enough is Enough. You didn't like Enough? I liked it. You know, I like the video. I liked it. I like the song too, though. Like,
it's one of TT's favorite songs.
Every time I hear it, every time I hear it when I'm out, I be like, oh yeah, that's my shit.
What's crazy is I'm liking all this shit of Cardi's that ain't sticking. That's so crazy. I listen to Outside every day and ain't nobody listening to it. I'm listening to this new song. It's so dope and it ain't touched a chart.
Yeah.
And this is the Cardi era I'm loving. Like, this bitch is really rapping. Y'all know that has always been my beef with Cardi. Like, fuck all that Nick Barb shit. I always like just wanted her to be in her rap bag, and I always felt like she tried to put aside like rapness and change the rap game for the worse. And now I think she really has a lot to say. She's divorcing that nigga. She's into it with bitches and people. Thank you, Jesus. And people are doubting her. And now she got shit to say. Like, now is the time to put pen to motherfucking pad. And in his last song, that bitch said it all. And everybody's saying, girl.
Yeah, literally.
What a wet ass pussy.
There is something happening. Yeah, there is something also happening with just audiences in general that I think we're probably going to talk about at some point later this season.
They're getting younger and they're eating Tide Pods and they're doing TikTok dances.
Now, Pierre, we have another sensitive topic to discuss. Did you listen to Lizzo's mixtape? Smiling so hard, my face hurts.
This is going to be such a controversial season. Y'all, I am loving Lizzo.
This mixtape has been on repeat in my nigga's car.
Y'all know how I do not think she is a rapper. I still don't think she's a rapper.
She cannot rap. Okay, yeah, let's back this up because I want this to be clear. So Lizzo first teased the vibes of this album when she dropped her Wham Whammy remix. And we're gonna talk about Wham Whammy because that has been the rap girl song of the year as far as like we have, that's like one of the big things we need to catch up on. But Lizzo does a remix to Wham Whammy, and like honestly, like it sets the vibes. That's the vibes of the mixtape. Like, it's literally an actual full rap album. I feel like she heard us on this show talking about how she was not no rapper. And she said, okay, bitch, let me give y'all this. Let me give you this heat. And I actually love it. I do not think that Lizzo lyrically I was not impressed. I was like, okay, girl, we get it. You on Yitty. It's just, I feel like Lizzo, you know what I've been telling people, Lizzo raps like, you know how when those videos go viral of teachers using hip hop to make education like
1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah, or like even rapping about like history or something, like rapping about the war on, like the World War II, but you hear it, they go viral,
and you be like,
he's spitting, like, and it's like, yeah, because like this person is a good rapper for a teacher, like. I feel like Lizzo rapped like how I was rapping on my mixtape, and I'm not no rapper.
Right.
I would have expected for Lizzo to rap.
You're not tone deaf. Yeah. You know how to rhyme.
Yeah. I think actually the song that really puts that on display is Still Won't Fuck, where the one that features Doja Cat, because the way Doja eats her up on that song, I mean, and Doja Cat honestly be eating up a lot of people when she a feature on their songs. I'm not going, Doja, I don't know why people be inviting Doja to get on them songs, embarrassing them like that. But I felt like it was just in personality. Like her delivery was just kind of, I just was like, Lizzo, I expected so much more, especially since, she gives so much personality otherwise.
Yeah.
But I still love the tape though. That was like one of my best surprises of the summer is how much I love that mixtape.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Lizzo is pulling me in. I think I like her. That's just how I like even though she losing weight, that's just how I like my big bitches. I don't want no.
Yeah.
I can't stand a crying big. Them is not my type of big girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody know I'm the big girl magnet. Like I can't
relate.
Literally can't relate. Like, I don't do them crybabies. I do.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's more in her, like, girl, like, fuck y'all era. And I'm like, okay, I like you now.
Period. Those are our thoughts on Lizzo's mixtape. Another big music update of the year. I just want to also really quickly run through some of the other notable drops that I think deserve a shout out. Rico Nasty dropped a new album, Lethal, and the girls is saying that it actually ate down. They saying that she auditioning for Act 3, which is supposed to be rock. They saying that Rico Nasty album, and also how if Beyonce had a Rico Nasty feature on the Rock album, I would pass out. Beyonce, Parkwood,
you know she
Noel,
listening. You know she listening.
If anybody hears this, if Act 3 is the Rock album, I demand that Rico Nasty gets a feature.
You know she
demand it. Oh my God, it would just be so iconic. Cool Ray dropped the album What Happened to Forever. A former guest of the show, Pop Chanel, dropped another album, Girl Next Door. Lacady 47 dropped the album and showed her face.
Yeah. And what y'all call it? Bust downs and 40-inch
had the
down
full, had a jet black bust down middle part, face card, baby. I was like, oh my God, it's like, this is how I dreamt it. Like, fine as hell. Scarlett dropped the album, Scar Before Fame. BK the Ruler and Icon dropped the album. And then Mellow Bucks dropped the album, Hollywood. Mellow Bucks is like really a girl that we need to watch. Her song Move is like a Chicago.
I play Move in the gym every day.
Like Shorty is having like a moment. It go crazy in the clubs. They playing in the gay clubs, in the straight clubs. Yes. Like,
and it's a juke song, so you can get your footwork on. I was out of breath in Chicago this last weekend. I just want to say that I had been telling y'all that I liked Mellow Bucks ever since she made that song with Lotto. I got my blick out, pull up, hop out, boom. Anyway, so shout out to her. And then also the girl who just won't stop no matter what. The icy girl dropped another. Baby, that ice ain't.
Baby, Sweetie, it said, I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say about it. I'm making my music, okay?
She about to have more albums than Rihanna.
Baby, and Sweetie don't give a fuck if two people bad. I'm gonna make another one, bitch. Y'all, I really... there is something about Sweetie that I love. There is something in her persistence that I love. There's something in the delusion of her continuing to be like, no, I'm a rapper first and foremost. She
tweeted something yesterday that I'm gonna tell the patrons.
What we gonna save it for ass last? Okay. Oh yeah, because Sweetie also was in some mess, child, involving someone we already talked about. Yeah, we gonna say that for ass last.
To bring it back to the Lizzo remix, and we have to talk about the original.
Win Whammy.
Cause you know I love ghetto shit. Shout out to Pluto and who's featured on it? YK
a child, and you know they already fell out, Pierre.
So I was hoping you were gonna bring this up. Because I thought it was a dream. I'm like, I think they're into it now.
A beef sandwich already. It ain't been 6 months. 6 months, and the girls are beefing.
Do we know why?
So apparently, Win Whammy is Pluto featuring YK Niece. Pluto was the rapper, was already into music. YK Niece was her friend. Kind of was like, asked her to gas it up, asked her what she thought when she read the lyrics. They went to the studio. Pluto was like, actually, I kind of want you to hop on it. And then obviously people like YK Niece's verse. And I feel like the vibe is that Pluto has not liked that people have also been equally interested in working with YK Niece based on Win Whammy and not just Pluto. And that all of a sudden Pluto just started moving differently, start performing the song solo, start doing like not they'll get booked to do the same shit. And there was a show where they was both booked to do Win Whammy, and Pluto was like, are we performing separately? We not performing the song together. So yeah, apparently they fell out and they not friends no more. But all that aside, like the way I am gonna get back to YK Niece and why I think that more people are fucking with YK Niece versus Pluto in a second. But I just want to say that the Atlanta girls are really eating shit up right now, just in general.
I love that bitches is getting in the booth. I love that niggas is bringing bitches to the studios thinking these bitches just about to smoke some weed and sit on their laps. And bitches are like, actually play that back. And they are going in the booth.
Yeah.
And tearing it up.
And literally, and also just like, and we can do the shit the same way you do. Like, y'all niggas think that y'all the only ones that get to be creative and have a different type of flow and this, that. Like, nah, like, we can rap in that exact same way. Like, and there's something about that flow in particular. It like went from the people who rap off beat to now it's like rapping on beat but rapping slower than the beat. I kind of feel like that's what Pluto be doing. Like, so they have to say they don't have to write as much because they spreading the bars out over the verse. Like, I feel like that's like kind of what they doing, but it worked though. I do just want to say that the production and just it's something about that feeling that song, like literally, like that's what, you know, Get It Sexy does to the people. That's what Bodak Yellow did to the people. That's what Don Julio do to the people. Like, it really just captured that energy. And there are so many girls I feel like coming out of Atlanta, like Bunna B, obviously YK Niece, who are all kind of on that sound. And then speaking of Atlanta, I've been trying to tell y'all to get on my friend for years now, but Anicia is just like, she has a Gangsta Grills with DJ Drama. It's called Grady Baby. I'm like, yeah, like Alicia is next up with that little weird ass out, like rapping slow as hell, soft as hell. I be like, friend, yes. Like, and at first it took me so long to get into it, and now I'm just like obsessed with her. I love Anicia. She's like one of my favorite new acts.
Okay.
You disagree?
No, we gonna be following her career. No, I don't disagree. You know, I'm not gonna start this season with you, but I love when you support people. And then,
first of all, it's been years of me supporting Anicia. Back Outside was my favorite song for 2 summers in a row. And then also she had her big moment where she had the song Never Need a Nigga for a Goddamn Thing with Glorilla. And that other girl,
shout out to Glow.
Or cool. Yeah, period. Like, I feel like Anicia really has been like doing her big one. Now, I wanted to talk about YK Niece real quick, because I think what has been unexpected about her and Pluto falling out and people preferring YK Niece is that YK Niece she does not look like the traditional, you know, the beauty standard.
I was wondering, did this have anything to do with it?
And I think that there is something really interesting happening where our generation likes to do this thing where we like to pretend like we body positive and we like to pretend like we like folks more than, but I'm just wondering, like, okay, and then like how far is this gonna get till people start all of a sudden calling her bad body and ugly?
Oh,
YK, yeah, literally, because you know Pluto's real skinny, so she can kind of get away with a bunch of stuff. But like, why, you know? And even now, I'm already noticing like how people like to mimic the way YK Niece dance when she rap. Like, they be doing the little jig that she be doing, and I just be suspicious. Like, is y'all trying to be funny or is y'all trying to be cute? Like, which one is it? Like, so that's just something that's on my radar too, because don't piss me off.
And one of the things, you know how when you're an actor, you're never supposed to tell your friend about the audition, because the bitch you tell to come to the audition is the person that's going to get the part. That's what all actors always say. Like, they never tell people about the audition. What I have been learning,
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the actors had such a scarcity mindset. First of all, because I'm just like, you already auditioning against 1,500 other bitches anyway. Might as well let your friend get a shot.
That's what I be saying. And it's actually like random. This is actually how Gabourey Sidibe got Precious. Like, a nigga was like, come to this audition with me. And he didn't get a part and she got the main part. But anyway, girls have been inviting their friends to the booth and they have been getting into it as soon as, like, all of these. This is actually City Girl. You know, JT always wanted to be the rapper. Carisha was just like, okay, girl, slam me in a verse. Like, you know, Glorilla and, you know, her group of girls. Like,
when I found out that Glow and Gloss fell out, that hurt me so bad. That hurt me so bad. Like, not y'all. And for what?
So, you know, having more women in this industry is having pros and cons. We get to see these women be creative, but we're also seeing, you know, the nigga side, the into it, over money, little petty shit, who flow, like little random shit that we never really thought of when it came to women, because it was just not that many women in rap. Now we're seeing, you know, bitches getting into it over beats and stuff like weird shit. Like, so this is gonna be an interesting journey.
Yeah.
But speaking of all these women in the industry, we ain't been seeing a lot of punks come out. Then Lil Nas X dropped some.
No, justice for Lil Nas X. Justice for Lil Nas X, and y'all finna piss me off. I don't know if he is like blackball, like his label not fucking with him, or like what is going on. But Lil Nas X first of all, he dropped the single Hot Box. I'm so pissed that y'all did not make that the song of the summer, because that is my shit. That song has gone platinum in my car. I fucking love that song. It gives Neptune's 2004. Like, it's such a fun song. When that fucking bass come in on like the little bridge, oh my god, like I love that song. And then it's part of a project, I think it's called Dream Boy.
Yeah,
is the project. I fucking love that, like the majority of the songs on there. Also, I don't know if y'all saw, for all of the music videos, they're all pink. Like, that's like the theme. That's like that's the era that he's in. He's in like his little pink era, which I'm also, Nas has an interesting relationship with the Barbs. Nas X has an interesting relationship with the Barbs because he is a Barb.
He is a Barb, and he used to go under a little fake name and all that.
Yes, but the Barbs are like frenemies with him or whatever, and so like I don't like it. Just was, but the videos were so cute, so creative, and the songs was good. And I'm so upset that I feel like he is lost in like industry purgatory, where he's not able to, or I should say he's not able to. I'm upset that the music did not hit.
I think he plays a role in it.
What do you think?
I think he plays a major role in it. I think so. It's hard. So, a lot of people think blacks don't support anything, when I think it's actually the exact opposite. The blacks will support everything, right? Until they do not fuck with you, right? If they fuck with you, the blacks will support. And I think when Lil Nas X came out and we heard about, the country girls not giving him his tea, his sins, and not allowing him, I think black people were like, oh, hell no, y'all got him fucked up. And we were like, stream it up, Old Town Road. And we were really, really fucking with Lil Nas X, right? And Lil Nas X, I don't believe he understood that the black people were his core audience right then and there, because Old Town Road was so mainstream.
It was, yeah.
So I think he started catering to the other people.
See, and I disagree with that. I kind of think some of that was forced because he came out. I think that's what.
Well, yeah. I think his label
because his
started
audience
making
was
him
so black. Yeah, because his audience was so black, I think him coming out took such a hit, because at the end of the day,
yeah.
Especially when we talking about a rapper. So especially if we talking about a space where you had the attention of black men, and now you come talking about you gay, and you open about being gay. Like, now you put niggas in the videos, and you dancing with niggas and carrying on. Yeah, I think that the homophobia really did a number on Lil Nas X's career, and I think the label responded by, well, and I feel like his response to the homophobia also
him playing and shit, and all that devil shit. It a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do just want to call that out. Like, I do just want to call that out, that Lil Nas X definitely experienced what I would actually call like kind of extreme
industry
homophobia.
Like, yeah.
BET immediately stopped. BET immediately was like, no, you didn't even invite him to the awards. How you gonna not invite Lil Nas X to the awards when Old Town Road is one of the biggest fucking songs? And nothing had happened at that point except that he had came out as gay.
Old Town Road is the number one song, longest number one song on Billboard. We got a black gay man with like the longest number one song on the Hot 100. I live. That's sick. That's sick, man. I think somebody just beat it, like Mariah Carey or some shit,
but that's iconic. Like,
iconic.
And Montero was an amazing album, an amazing body of work.
And
didn't you go to the show, and didn't you say that the concert was
Lil
epic?
Nas X was performing that. I'm like, oh, he's about to be our black gay pop star.
Yeah.
Speaking of black gay pop star.
Okay, so that was music. That was our thoughts on the music since we left. What we doing now? Like just like T headlines type shit?
Headlines. Do we got names? Y'all, it's our first episode back. Do we got names for this shit still?
Yeah, child. We just
like headline. Hot news. Remember, Sesali and I are uncle and aunties. We be like, child, what's next, child? My girl, my black queer pop star, Doechii, won Best Rap Album at the Grammys. Doechii is, ironically, her numbers don't match like the year she is having and the talent she is having, but it's making me say fuck the numbers because who cares? Y'all, Doechii is, and I'm going to keep it short because I always talk about how good Doechii is, but Doechii is just so amazing. Like, this girl has been tearing up these award shows, her dance routines, her performances. She is doing this thing where her braids are, like, she got some tape right here on her eyeballs, and the braids are hands across her. And I love that she's a punk. I love girls with punk inside them because they make it far. Yeah. That is why y'all fade is the biggest pop star now because there is a black gay boy inside of Sasha Fierce.
Speaking of the Grammys, one thing I do want to call out that I actually didn't even know because I didn't actually watch it this year. One of the unaired parts of the Grammy is Roxanne Shante, honestly one of the OGs of female rap, won a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys this year. So shout out to Roxanne Shante. What else happened? Child, I'm like, let me get my iPad. Girl, Double XL done did a freshman class. It was only one fucking girl on there. This girl named Samra Sen. Child. So, I am going to check her out because she needs to be someone we, watch, see what's going on. But I just think that they kind of irrelevant. Also, we're probably going to do this on Patreon. Me and Pierre are going to listen to some of the new rap girls. There is actually, I think rap right now.
I was just going to say, it's rap.
Rap right now is undergoing its own little identity crisis. There's all these very new subsets of rap that people do and don't like, and people rapping off beat. But for every one of those genres, it's also bitches, and like it's female. Like there is actually quite a lot of female rappers out right now that even like me and Pierre just aren't super familiar with because, again, we the auntie and uncle. But at some point on Patreon, we going to listen to a few and give our honest thoughts. So speaking of that. But I just feel like in general, like freshman class is not giving what it used to. Like, I just feel like freshman class is not like a relevant like type thing like it used to be. Where like you knew that motherfuckers who was on freshman class was gone.
Y'all, do me a favor and go listen to the Cypher. I swear to God, I thought it was a parody. I thought somebody was making a joke, and it was actually the real Cypher. No one in the entire Cypher rapped on the beat. I'm not joking. Sesali, go look at it. I thought it was a parody. I thought they were playing with us. I'm like, okay, where is the real one? No one rapped on beat. And listen, I try not to gatekeep hip hop, but please do not make that on beat stuff become mainstream. That is not rap. But speaking of irrelevant,
child,
BET got rid of the Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. I laughed because I almost said Stella Awards. That's something they not getting rid of. God is still in the building. But they suspended the Hip Hop Award and the Soul Train Award indefinitely. And ultimately, like you've always been talking about, Sesali, I just think it just speaks to the decline of hip-hop in general. Y'all, we can't let hip-hop die. And Soul Train, I actually watched the Soul Train Award. The Hip-Hop Award, you know what? I used to watch both because the Hip-Hop Award at one point was starting to get better than the BET Awards. When BET Awards became all influence
tributes and gospel tributes and influencers.
The Hip Hop Award is where we actually went to see the Megs and the Cardis and the Glows and the rap girlies, because the BET Awards was all Tyler Perry and
yeah.
So the fact that they're getting rid of it, hopefully it means they're going to add more hip hop to the BET Awards, or we're just going to be missing out on a lot.
And I just want to say that, like, some of this stuff might be for the best, because I just think that some of our Black legacy institutions have just been failing us in general, trying to hold on to values that they aren't bothering to translate for younger generations. I think we are also obviously seeing this with what happened with Essence Fest this year. And I don't know, and you know, for listeners of the show, y'all will remember that last year, Pierre and I were talking about how some of the criticism that Essence Fest got last year was like people mad that Megan Thee Stallion was on stage throwing ass, which is what Megan Thee Stallion does when she's performing. And like, why, like, just, you know, it was just clear to me that there was still this need and this desire to hold on to a certain type of Blackness. And I think what we saw this year was also the way corporations were also pushing that. Going back to something I said at the beginning of this episode, there is a push towards conservatism in this country that is also affecting Black people. We have to pay attention to that. And so the fact that we're seeing that corporate sponsors who want to support Black events, Black programming, Black artistry are asking for Blackness and Black people to show up a certain way and to be talked about a certain way is telling. And I feel like that is something that that's a game that BET has been playing for a very long time. And it's just tired because like I hate to be that person, but I'm just like, who is going to reach down for the kids? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like y'all just like leaving young people behind. Like, y'all don't care about what's important to them. Y'all don't care about what they like, and y'all don't care about how y'all can engage with what they like to get them activated behind some shit. And like, yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I hope that they're using this time. They say it's just canceled indefinitely, as if there's a possibility that maybe they just are reframing, rethinking. But yeah, maybe it is what Pierre said, that they're just going to add more soul and more hip hop to the BET Awards, which honestly I kind of agree with. BET girl, y'all barely keeping y'all doors open as a channel. Y'all did not need to have 3-4 award shows. I'm so sorry.
Well, you see, they're the main company, Paramount.
Even MTV only got the VMAs. They don't even do the TV and movie awards no more.
MTV do not got the VMAs, baby. This year the VMAs are on CBS.
But it's still MTV's award show. Like, it's still the MTV VMAs.
It ain't even on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that whole company is shifting, and as somebody who's, you know, in the industry, they're on their last leg. Let's hope we have a BET Awards.
Okay, now for the last big piece of news that we missed on our hiatus. Now, normally this was something that we would have had to drop a bonus episode about, but you know, me and Pierre was sad. But we have to address the elephant in the room. What the fuck is wrong with Nicki Minaj?
Oh, Nika Tanya. I hate to sound like a crazy Barb. I'm on her side again. Sesali. Okay, so for those who don't know, Nika has been beefing, and it seems like this one-sided beef with Sean Carter, right? And she has been very, 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 very vocal about it. The reason I'm on her side is because as one of the girlies in high school and in elementary school who were very vocal with people who were fucking with me, and
high school and elementary school.
I know you were gonna grab onto that. But it always made me seem like the crazy person because the people who actually were picking on me never said anything. So because I was so vocal, it seemed like it was one-sided, and it seemed like I was crazy, and that is a technique they use against me. I truly believe that the things Nicki Minaj is saying is valid. It's just that it's Sean Carter. He's not going to address you on any level. On any level. So it does seem like a one-sided beef. But again, I am very biased because this woman raised me. She is the reason I breathe. I don't know your thoughts.
So first of all, I love how Barbs pick and choose kind of what they want to address, because that lady been on the internet talking about scissors, freckles, and Pierre was laughing, y'all. So don't Pierre get on here and
I was laughing. I was laughing.
It's just supporting her at her most unhinged. That lady been beefing with SZA and everybody else.
Yeah, all of them. Here's the thing: why I hate.
What was your thoughts on that?
I hate that women get into. So when Nicki Minaj beef, this is one thing I hate that women do in general. When Nicki Minaj beef with men, women jump in. I think that is so corny. Unless it's your husband. Like Beyonce ain't said nothing about nothing. So Nicki is online bashing SZA's manager, ex, whatever. And SZA say, y'all don't pay attention to the foolishness. It's the retrograde or whatever.
And like why did you think that was about Nicki Minaj? And see, and that's y'all's problem right there. Because what about that?
Because it was, Sesali. And you know, as the hood bitch you are, you know, should nobody be saying, we actually go talk about this in Ask Last about this, what Sweetie tweeted. When Cardi new song came out and Sweetie tweeted, okay, enough time has passed. I died. Everybody was like, what if it wasn't about, you know who it's about. You know who it's about. Also, in the time of Nicki Minaj being unhinged, don't tweet nothing. Don't tweet nothing.
Okay, let's just, first of all, fine. I'm going to let you have that one. Let's just say even if all of that is the case.
Still think Solana
ate Nicki's ass up. And that's the get you gotcha of it all. Okay, thank you, Pierre, for offering your thoughts as a barb. Clearly, you support the queen. Now here I am with a human perspective. There is something so, like, Nicki's delusions are so strong. And I think that what Nicki reminds us every time she gets on the internet is that she's isolated. She lives paranoid.
In a totally different world.
She lives in a completely different universe.
Which I think is our fault as well.
And also I have to say, and that thing, you know, the thing that always cracks me up about the barbs, because the barbs are always like, you know, Nicki Minaj doesn't lie. Nicki Minaj doesn't lie. And that always tickles me because I'm like, yeah, I don't think Nicki Minaj thinks she be lying either. Like, I think, I agree, actually. I think that Nicki Minaj quite literally feels very wholeheartedly about all of the things that she be saying. I just don't think that shit is rooted in, like, a reality or like rooted in a truth all of the time, or like
one of the things she said that I was like, oh, Nicki, she, you know, she was like, I used to be liking stuff on Twitter and people were seeing my likes and they were seeing what I was liking. Now they got rid of the likes on Twitter, and everybody was like, okay, Nicki, put the phone down. Nicki Minaj thinks she is the reason that likes went away on Twitter, because the stuff she was liking, people were able to see, and they wasn't liking the stuff that she was liking, and they was like, okay, let's get rid of the likes.
So yeah, stuff like that. I mean, even let's go back to SZA. Like, one of the things she said about SZA was that, SZA, you think that like you are more like famous or successful than me, and like, they literally had to show that like SZA's in a completely different genre of music, and SZA is one of the most successful singers, like contemporary singers of like the last decade. Like, SZA's last album charted more than all of Nicki's albums combined. But I genuinely think that like Nicki sincerely feels that way. No, I'm chicken wing pink wig lady. No one's more famous than me. So she just literally couldn't fathom that like SZA, who is also on a world tour right now, a stadium tour. Like, I think she literally could not fathom that. I think that Nicki is like, you know, the reason that Nicki is going on a public crusade against Roc Nation, Desiree and Jay-Z, is because she doesn't have actual legal standing. I agree with all the people who think that, Nicki, if that man owe you several $1 million, baby, you should be down to the courthouse. You should be down to your lawyer's office, baby, getting that paperwork drawn up. And no lawyer would advise you to speak on no legal proceedings in that way. And so I just, yeah. And I also just think that we don't care. Here's my thing. I think that people have actually been critical of Jay-Z and like the way he has moved with the NFL, the way his shady business dealings, like, that's cold tea. Like, people have been like talking about Jay-Z kind of being...
There's no billionaire out there that hasn't... Baby, if you're a billionaire, you're a terrible person. Like they tweeted, name the shadiest person you know, and I bet it's Jay-Z. After all of this crazy stuff with Nicki Minaj bashing him and all this other stuff, Cardi releases a very clear sample of one of Jay-Z's hottest songs. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is it a coincidence? Like, is it a coincidence, Sesali?
Well.
Like, is it a coincidence? I know Onika is crazy. I know she is. But is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that she hates this man? He signs her worst enemy, Megan Thee Stallion. He boosts Megs up. Megs finally gets all the recognition she deserves because her old label was trash. She finally gets her number ones and all of this other stuff. Like, she's on top of the world while Nicki Minaj is hating her. And now Nicki is also now speaking out on Jay-Z, and Cardi releases her song with the Jay-Z set. Like, I feel like he has the power to not say nothing, but still do. What is his zodiac sign? That'll tell me everything.
He's a Sagittarius. Here's the thing. Him and Nicki are Sagittarius. And that's why I also don't be trying to hear this shit from Nicki, because I don't think that Nicki Minaj is better than Jay-Z. I think that all of the shit that you accuse Jay-Z of is shit that you have either done or shit that you absolutely would do if you were in Jay-Z's position to do so.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I would definitely do the same. Like, I'm not going to argue with you, girl, but I'm going to let Cardi release a single with.
I also just want to be clear, this is also a hill that I will die on, is that everything with Nicki Minaj always goes back to Cardi. I am so sorry. Because walk with me. And it's really not hard to walk with me on. It's very straightforward. There's the beef with Nicki and Cardi. Cardi is the very first threat to the person that Nicki Minaj built herself up to be, which was the queen of rap and hip hop, the only bitch who can be at the top of the game of hip hop. Cardi comes in and says, actually, no, somebody else can do it too. And like, shit, we don't even got to think about it. It's hard about what we gonna say either. Like, I can just, do it off, personality type shit. Nicki Minaj obviously hates that. They start beefing. They have their forever beef. Obviously, the entire female rap conglomerate after that, because what Cardi also does is open up the door for a bunch of other girls to come in. And the girls are immediately split. They have to pick either the red or the pink side, right? I think the next biggest sting to Nick was Megan Thee Stallion, because not only did Nicki Minaj try to kind of stamp Megan Thee Stallion first, and they did the Hot Girl Summer song, and it was terrible. It did not have the desired effect. Megan Thee Stallion turns around, works with Cardi B. And not only does she work with Cardi B, who she hates,
gets the number one
becomes
song.
A global phenomenon that like shifts culture behind the shit. And all of us, and Nicki tries that shit with some other girls. And then Nicki tries to like, okay, like I'm gonna do a whole lot of money. I'm gonna try to make Bia the it girl. Like, none of the girls that Nicki is working with is like coming close to where Megan was able to go after she worked with Cardi, or where Cardi already is. So that's the thing. And then Beyonce works with Megan Thee Stallion as well. They do the Savage remix, and then Megan Thee Stallion signs with Roc Nation, who also, let's be clear, Nicki Minaj also wanted to be fucking signed with Roc Nation because Nicki Minaj is obsessed with Jay-Z. So, like, all roads literally lead back to that initial beef, because I honestly think that a big part of her being so vocal about what's going on with Roc Nation has to do with the fact that they are now aligned with Megan Thee Stallion. Her and her husband. Like, Nicki does not like that them people went up what she feels like is behind her back and co-signed and, like, embraced and uplifted one of her ops. Like that, I think it just really comes down to it. To that, if you fuck with one of Nicki ops, you are now another one of Nicki ops. Yeah. Like, you arguing about some title money from 2010, from 2014, girl.
And Wayne didn't get to do the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's another thing too, y'all. I also want her to stay off the phone with Drake. That's what she doing. She sit up in that house with her husband. When her husband is in the other room, her and Drake sit up on the phone gossiping. That's also the problem. You was mad about that Super Bowl with Drake. So you mad at Kendrick for beefing with Drake. You believe in all the Drake conspiracies about the
and they don't even show up for her like she show up for them. Nikki, you got to stop saving them boys.
Silent.
You got to stop saving them boys.
I ain't never heard Wayne or Drake slap for Nicki. Now you beefing with Solana. Had that girl had to air out your goddamn business. Like, oh, you ain't never heard none of my music. You talking about when you had asked for the feature and ain't get no response. Oh, that's crazy. And that's why I say I don't be believing that people be showing the queen fake love. I think that most people, especially female rappers, genuinely, when they come into the industry, they do love Nicki and they do want to work with Nicki and she is their idol. I think, and then they meet her. And then they meet her, period. Like, I'm sorry, and I want people to stop trying to diagnose Nicki. I want people, like, either, you know, whatever it is. I think some people are just, like, nasty-spirited and mean and just a little fucking crazy and unagreeable and not easy to get along with. And I think Nicki Minaj is just one of those people. And it's unfortunate. It just is what it is. She's just not likable, and she rubs people the wrong way. And I don't think it'd be people switching up. I think they like her, they love her, and then they meet her and be like, oh, this bitch is weird. I really just think that's what the team and we keep hearing that over. That's what we keep hearing from the girls.
We do.
That's what happened with Ice Spice. That's what happened with Lotto. That's what happened with Meg. That's what like we keep hearing the same shit over and over again. So those are my thoughts on that. Should we get into Ask Last?
Let's go to Ask
get a little messy.
Let's go to Ask Last now. Hey, Patron.
What you think about the divorce chat? We gotta talk about Cardi.
What would make you see this person and say, I want to procreate with him? But whatever.
Well, we're back. Thanks for... Oh, you know what? Now that we back in the main feed too. I also would just want to give a quick shout out, speaking of Chicago girls. Shout out to Glorilla, who also finished her glorious tour. Queen Key was the opener for the tour. Yeah. Shout out to the real bitches linking up. Y'all know Queen Key is like an actual friend of the show. Yeah. Like whenever we see Queen Key out, it is like,
let's have her on the show this season.
Again?
Make sure you sign up for our Patreon. Y'all get all the specials. Y'all get the Ass Lash. Y'all get the full episodes, no edits, everything we record. Also, make sure if you're listening, give us ratings and reviews on wherever you listen to podcasts. Also on YouTube, we pay attention to the comments, we pay attention to the reviews. Follow us on social media. Damn, I haven't said our social media name in a long time. Is it at the Purse First Show or at Purse First Show?
It's Lord have mercy, Jesus. You can follow the show at Purse First Show on Instagram. You can follow me at Bad Fat Black Girl. You can follow Pierre at Prince Charming P. Ooh, he's so ghetto.
Ghetto. It's urban up in here.
Why you have to put a the in front of
at the Jewels? We going to the Walgreens.
But yeah, y'all, we'll holla. Welcome back, y'all. We back in this bitch. We still here. We still standing.